as well. We are done with the physical chemistry. Now you know that your AS chemistry is divided into three parts: physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and organic chemistry. Physical chemistry is completed, in which we did atomic structure, atoms, molecules, stoichiometry, chemical bonding, states of matter, chemical energetics, equilibria, reaction kinetics. ये आपके थे physical chemistry वाले. Then we started off with inorganic chemistry, in which we did period 3, group 2, group 17, nitrogen and sulfur. ये तो मैंने शायद आपको बहुत start में करवा दिया. Today we'll be starting off with your third part of AS, which is organic chemistry. Where did you study organic chemistry before? What level? O levels, IGCSE and Excel. We study the basics of organic chemistry. ठीक है. Anything that you remember about organic chemistry? Can you tell me?
Um, uh, yes. Uh, each atom in the human body is made of carbon.
Yes, exactly. What homologous series did you study in organic chemistry?
Hydrocarbons.
Good. Hydrocarbons, the alkanes, alkenes, alcohols, carboxylic acid. Remember all those?
Yes, a little bit.
Good, good. ठीक है. You've done IGCSE, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your grade in chemistry?
A.
Good, good. All right. So what are hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are compounds which only contain hydrogen and carbon. और हाइड्रोकार्बन्स के अंदर वी हैव एल्केन्स एज वेल. ठीक है. एल्केन्स क्या होता है? दैट आल्सो contain only carbon and hydrogen. They had a general formula of CnH2n plus 2. Their functional group is that all carbons have single bonds between them. So organic chemistry is the chemistry of carbon compounds. And carbon forms a vast number of compounds because it can form strong covalent bonds with itself. This enables it to form long chains of carbon atoms, branch chains or cycles, and hence an almost infinite variety of carbon compounds are known. Carbon always forms four covalent bonds which can be single, double or triple bond. क्योंकि इसके outermost shell में 4 electrons होते हैं. So maximum जो ये बना सकता है, they are 4 bonds maximum can be formed. Here you can see a straight chain molecule, a branched molecule. फिर हमारे पास एक cyclic molecule की भी example है. But it can maximum form 4 bonds. Every carbon you can see in every molecule, whatever you choose, all carbons have maximum of 4 bonds. There is almost infinite variety of chains, branches, and rings able to form. A functional group is a specific atom or group of atoms which confers certain physical chemical properties onto the molecule. Organic molecules are classified by the dominant functional group on the molecule. Organic compounds with the same functional group but with each successive member different by CH2 are known as homologous series. Every time a carbon atom is added to the chain, 2 hydrogen atoms are also added, which is why successive members differ by CH2. If methane is CH4, then जो next वाला होगा वो CH2 ज़्यादा होगा, C2H6. Then the next one would be C3H8. Now, what's the difference in all of these? A difference of CH2, a difference of CH2. ठीक है, one carbon increases and 2 hydrogen increases. So hydrocarbons are the compounds that are made up of carbon and hydrogen atoms only. Ethanol is not a hydrocarbon, as the molecules also contain an oxygen atom and it is not solely made up of carbon and hydrogen. क्योंकि जो ethanol होता है उसमें तो we have C2H5OH. Oxygen is also present, which means that alcohols are not hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons के अंदर अगर हम बात करें, we can only have two of them, alkanes and alkenes. Alkanes कौन होते हैं? That have carbon, single bond carbon. We call them saturated compounds. Alkenes are unsaturated, which have double bond. अब ये आपको सारी examples कौन सी दी हैं? You are given these 4 examples of alkanes. Look at these. जैसे we have methane, ethane, propane, butane. These are all hydrocarbons. And which hydrocarbon? Alkane. Alkenes are also hydrocarbons, जिसके अंदर ethene, propene, butene आएगी. But here you can see ethanol is not a hydrocarbon as the compound also contains an oxygen. So alkanes की बात करते हैं. A functional group is an atom or a group of atoms in an organic molecule which determines the physical and chemical properties of the molecule. Alkanes are the simplest hydrocarbons with no functional group, and they are made up of carbon and hydrogen atoms bonded to each other with single covalent bonds. You can see a linear straight chain, yeah, but it can also be a branched alkane, or the alkane can be cyclic shaped as well. Methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, you can see all of them were named with their carbon atoms. ठीक है, अगर 4 carbon atoms हैं तो it would going to be butane. Formula क्या होगा? C4H10. How do we make this formula? Cn H2n plus 2 होता था. So if we want C4, so how many hydrogen would be there? 2n. 2n means 2 into 4 plus 2. तो hydrogens कितने आएंगे? C4H. 2 4s are 8. 8 plus 2, 10. So C4H10 would be the formula for butane. Got it? Is it clear?
Yes, it is. It is
So
clear.
here you can see that as we go down the table, as the number of carbon atoms increase, the boiling point also increases and the state also increases. Only the first 4 alkanes are gases. After that, the state gets more denser because density is increasing. And the melting point is also increasing because as the number of carbon atoms increase, the boiling point and the melting point increases. We also have different functional groups. We're not just going to do alkanes and alkenes in AS chemistry. Functional groups तो बहुत सारे. Functional groups determine the physical and chemical properties of molecules, and the table below shows a summary of common functional groups found in compounds. R is any other atom or group of atom except for hydrogen. अब जब मैं बोलता हूँ what is an R group? R group means it's a variable group. And what is a variable group? Let's say if I have a molecule CH3, CH, R, C. Now this R means that it can be anything. It can be a methyl, it can be a ethyl. What are methyl? If this is methane, remove one hydrogen, it becomes methyl. Ethyl क्या होगा? If this is ethane, remove one hydrogen, C2H5, ethyl. So this R group can be any chain. It can be a methyl as well, it can be ethyl as well, it can be propyl as well. So here are the different functional groups that are included in your AS chemistry syllabus. Alkenes, halogenalkenes, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid, esters, primary amine, and nitriles. And we are going to study all of these. इनमें से जो hydrocarbons हैं, hydrocarbons are 2 of them. One of them are alkanes and the other are alkenes. Then we have halogen alkane. फिर हमारे पास alcohols हैं, we have aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, esters भी हैं. We are going to study all of these one by one. तो जो general formula होता है of any organic compound, it represents a homologous series of compounds using letters and numbers. For example, the general formula of alkanes is CnH2n plus 2. A homologous series is a group of organic compounds that have the same function group, the same general formula, and the same chemical properties. The structural formula is a formula that shows how the atoms are bonded to each other in a carbon atom in a molecule. The displayed formula जो होता है वो एक 2D representation होता है when we show all of the bonds. यहाँ पे सारे hydrogens हम दिखाएंगे. Now this is known as a displayed formula that you can see in front of you. This is a displayed formula. What's the chemical formula? C2H6. And what would be the structural formula? CH3 and then another CH3 is connected. तो हम इसको ऐसे भी तो लिख सकते हैं CH3 CH3. ठीक है, C2H6 कैन ऑल्सो बी रिटन एज, क्योंकि जो C2H6 है, this is the chemical formula. This is the structural formula. You can see carbon attached to three hydrogens, then another carbon attached to three hydrogens. So here are all the functional groups again that are included in your syllabus. You can see कि halogen alkanes contain one halogen. Alcohols का functional group क्या होता था? Hydroxide. Aldehydes or ketones are going to be something new that you'll be studying in AS that contains C double bond O. Then we have carboxylic acid, COOOH. ठीक है, एस्टर्स भी होते थे, COC. ठीक है, दिस इज एन एस्टर बॉन्ड. amines would contain NH2 and nitriles contain carbon triple bond nitrogen. And all of these functional groups we'll be doing in all of the upcoming, total आपके 9 chapters of organic chemistry. In those 8 to 9 chapters we'll be studying each of the different series. जैसे पहला चैप्टर हमारे पास हाइड्रोकार्बन्स है, we'll be doing alkanes, alkenes. Then the next chapter is halogen alkanes. Then we have alcohol. Then we have carbonyl compounds. अब carbonyl compounds के अंदर what is carbonyl? C double bond O functional group. Now carbonyl compounds के अंदर we have aldehydes and ketones. That is something new you'll be studying. Then we have carboxylic acid. Alcohols को हम hydroxy compounds भी कहते हैं. And all of these. फिर एक चीज आती है skeletal formula. Skeletal formula क्या होता है? For example, if I have this molecule, this is propane, 3 carbons attached and 8 hydrogens. Now a skeletal formula की बात ये होती है that we never show the carbon and the hydrogens. Now how am I going to represent these 3 carbons? 1, 2, 3. This molecule is propane and you don't have to show the hydrogens. ठीक है, you never show the hydrogen. So propane skeletal formula is this. What about this one? इसका skeletal formula बनाते हैं, ठीक है, या ठीक है इसका देखते हैं. It is CH3 dot, then CH2, 2 CH2 है, and then we have an OH. ठीक है, which means यहाँ पे कार्बन था CH3, then CH2, CH2 and OH. If we look at this one, the second वाला क्या है? It is CH3 2 times, CH, CH2 and OH. अब इसका skeletal formula हम कैसे बनाएंगे? First let me draw the displayed formula. ठीक है, displayed formula हम इसका बनाएंगे like this. Look at this now. C, CH3, CH3, C, and another CH3 is connected over here as well on this carbon. Then we have what? CH2, C, H2, and then we have an OH. Got it? How did I make a displayed formula of this one? Is it clear?
Yeah, yeah, it
So
is.
now I'm going to draw the main
The
chain.
displayed one is clear,
Good.
but the
One,
skeletal is not.
मैं वही बता रहा हूँ. So how am I going to draw the main chain? 1, 2, 3. Done. फिर एक कार्बन यहाँ भी है like this. And but I have to show the OH. So I'm going to show the OH attached as well. ठीक है. Basically, we represent these skeletal formulas के जो कार्बन होते हैं, they are represented by these corners. 1, 2, 3, fourth carbon, और यहाँ पे OH लगा हुआ है. Got it?
Yes, yes.
Let's draw the third one. It is CH3, CH2, CH3, CH2. Then in the middle we have oxygen, then another CH2 and CH3. Got the third one as well? Skeletal formula.
Yes, in the skeletal formula, one angle is for carbon. Yeah.
Exactly. How many
We can.
total
Yeah,
carbons
we
were
can.
in the third one? 4 carbons. 1,
4.
2, 3, 4. This one was the CH3, CH2, O, CH2, CH3. Got it?
Yes.
Can you tell me the name of this one?
It will be CH3.
इसको हम पहले ड्रॉ करते हैं. 1 carbon is here, 1 is here, 1 is here. ठीक है, C, double bond C, C. Got it?
Oh, okay. How? Okay.
So ये कौन सा है? Propene. Now I'll draw this one as well.
Uh, to be
Follow me over
C,
here.
double bond C,
Good.
C, C O O H.
Got it? Oh,
Yes.
now it's clear.
Do we
Good.
need? Okay. We
ठीक
do
है
not
ये
need to write the H, yeah,
ना ना वो आप
in
अलग से लिख
the.
दो या नहीं लिख दें यहाँ पे no you have to obviously I didn't just to save time ठीक है obviously you have to draw all of the
Okay.
hydrogens as
Okay.
well
Okay.
and ensure that all carbons only form 4 bonds not more than that some students can mistake as well ठीक है वो fifth भी बना सकते हैं but be careful every carbon must form only
Yes.
4
Okay.
bonds
Okay.
ये आपको आंसर्स दिए हैं सारे ठीक है ऑल आंसर्स आई हैव सेंट यू ऑल द लेक्चर्स टुडे ठीक है यू मस्ट हैव सीन तो उसमें ये भी है दिस इज द फर्स्ट चैप्टर ऑफ इंट्रोडक्शन टू ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री व्हिच इज ऑलमोस्ट ऑफ 160 स्लाइड्स वी आर ऑन द 20th one right now so all questions have their answers as well on the next slide now comes the part naming of organic compounds simple nomenclature can be used to name organic compounds and therefore make it easier to refer to them. The alkane provides the basis of the naming systems, and the stem of each name indicates how many carbon atoms are in the longest chain of the molecule. Meth, eth, prop, bute, pent, hex, hept, oct, non, dec. इससे पता लगता है फॉर एग्जाम्पल ऑक्ट मीन्स 8 कार्बन होंगे pent would mean 5 carbons only. These are what we know about the prefixes. And if there are any side chains or the functional groups present, then the position of these groups are indicated by numbering the carbon atoms in the longest chain, starting at the end that gives the lowest possible numbers in the name. तो हम जो side chains होती हैं, जो branches होती हैं, we always show them in the bracket. For example, if I have a molecule CH3, CH, CH3, bracket close, CH3. What does this mean? That first I'll draw CH3, then comes carbon, this one, then comes hydrogen, and with this carbon we have a branch attached. Got it?
Yes.
So we always add a branch bracket. The side chain is always named by adding "-ile", which means अगर one carbon वाली side chain है, that would be methyl. अगर side chain में आपके पास 2 carbons हैं, that would be ethyl. 3 कार्बन है तो प्रोपाइल साइड चेन्स हमेशा आयल होती है वी कॉल दीज दी एल्काइल ग्रुप्स जिसको मैं आर से भी रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा था क्लियर
Yeah. Yes. Can you show where is the side chain here?
ये है ना साइड चेन्स ब्रांचेस
Yes. Okay.
लुक एट दिस हाउ डू वी नेम दिस कंपाउंड नाउ दिस इज द मेन चेन हाउ मेनी कार्बन एटम्स आर देयर इन द मेन चेन
Five, six,
सो द मेन चेन
six. Yeah.
इज गोइंग टू बी हेक्सेन ठीक है एंड व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दिस ब्रांच द साइड चेन
Uh, missile, missile.
methyl ठीक है but would the name be 4 methyl hexane or 3 methyl hexane where would you start the counting from any idea
Um, no,
this branch is closer to which side left or right
to the left. Yeah.
तो यहाँ से start करेंगे
I always start from the branch, from the side where the branch is closer. Yeah.
exactly ठीक है
Okay.
the nomenclature gives the lowest possible number in the name so it's going to be 3 methyl hexane not 4 methyl hexane if there are more than one of the same alkyl chains, then we are going to use di for 2, tri for 3, and tetra for 4. For example, look at this. What's the name of the main chain?
Uh, six. Hexane.
Hexane. How many methyl groups are there in total?
Two, three,
Trimethyl. And on which carbons are they present?
and number four and three.
ठीक है. How many are there on number 3?
Two.
1, 3, 3, 4. 3, 3, 4 trimethyl hexane. Got it?
Yes.
Now, how would you know where to start the counting? यहाँ से भी close है, यहाँ से भी close है. But two branches are closer to this side. ये ज़्यादा dominating है. So you'll start the numbering from here. Got it?
Yeah.
If there are more than one type of alkyl side chain, they are listed in alphabetical order. Ab, what is the name of this side chain?
The side chain methyl.
And what about this side chain branch?
Methyl.
ये ethyl है. क्यों? Because it is C2H5. So now how would you name it? This is present on the second carbon atom. This is present on the 4 carbon atom. Why not write 2-methyl 4-ethyl hexane? Why have we written 4-ethyl first? Because if there are more than one type of alkyl side chain, they are listed in a alphabetical order. So does E come first or M?
E.
Exactly. So
Yes.
4-ethyl 2-methyl main chain hexane. And all of their names किस तरह end होते हैं? You should know कि जैसे alcohols all ended with all. ठीक है, carboxylic acids oic acid, esters alkyl 8 होते थे, amine से होंगे, alkenes used to end with ene and all of that. So here is some practice questions for naming as well that you can do later on. Let me show you one thing as well.